Turn it up. Turn it up. Turn it up. Danni Nput, yeah, we back in the mix. Talking toy chaos, yeah, we deep in the fix. From grails to flips, yeah, we calling the hits. One tangent later, even is this. Shelf full of stories, yeah, we live what we claim. No filter talk, yeah, we saying it plain. Unbox heat, yeah, we changing the game. If it's rare, if it's wild, yeah, we know the name. Danni Nput, yeah, you know what it is. Yeah, we do it like this.
Hey, welcome to the Danni Nput Toycast. And yeah, we're talking about Power Rangers and a whole bunch of good stuff today. Thank you for joining me, Mr. N-P.
No problem, but I think you forgot the T, and just like the theme song said, it's Danni Nput, and you know what it is. So, yeah, so this week we're going to be talking about, like, I guess, Power Rangers and our memories, maybe our connections, or
let's do it. Yeah, and like I said, usually at the 10 or so minute mark, then we can show stuff off, see people trickle in. But yeah, just Power Rangers in general. What's like? I guess like obviously, you know, we all know it came from Sentai and like whatever it's called, Zhu Ranger. How you ever say it for the dinosaur stuff that turned into Mighty Morphin, right? So, but like, what does it really mean to you? Like, right when you first saw it, or what was your first Power Ranger exposure?
So, I was probably like the last kid on Earth that didn't know what Power Rangers was, and there was a daycare center. I was about 4 or 5 years old, and for whatever reason, this is like vivid memory for me. It's so weird. But they were, you know, running around doing karate flips and kicks and whatever. And I was like, oh, what are y'all playing? They said Power Rangers. And I was like, well, how do you play? And they're like, well, you know, you got a Red Ranger and you got a Blue Ranger and you do this and that. And then, you know, some kids are the bad guys, whatever. They broke it all down. And they're like, well, you know, we only got a few Rangers left. Which one do you want to be? And I said, I want to be Red Ranger. I never seen the show, didn't know anything of it, nothing. No I've never seen a commercial, nothing. And I said I wanted to be the Red Ranger, and they were like, oh, you know, that other kid's the Red Ranger. And I was like, well, I want to be the Green Ranger. And at this time, no Green Ranger, no nothing. Like I said, I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about, right?
Uh-huh.
And they said, there's no such thing as the Green Ranger. And me being a kid, argued with this other kid who's probably watched the show, you know, like all 30 episodes or whatever it was out at that time, right? And I said, no, there is a Green Ranger. And I argued with him. And so they said it's only yellow and pink. And I was like, okay, I'll be yellow because fuck pink. Pink's for girls. Not knowing yellow was a girl, right? Like, I had no clue.
Yeah, not in the original show, but yeah, in the
not in like Zayu Ranger or whatever it is, right? But like, so you know, all right. So then, you know, a few days later, I'm flipping channels, and then lo and behold, there's Power Rangers on the TV, and I was like completely mesmerized, blown away, the whole 9 yards after that. I think like every kid was. And about, I want to say a month later or something like that, the episodes, was it Green with Evil, where, you know, Tommy shows up and Green Ranger shows up. Those episodes started airing. The very first episode of that 5-part series started airing. And next thing you know, I go back to the daycare center, you know, like the, you know, week later or whatever it is. And now everybody wants to be the Green Ranger. And I was like, I told y'all there was a Green Ranger. I told y'all, you know.
Funny. Hey, Quentin. Yeah, that's funny. You know what? The crazy story that you brought up, I mean, this is funny. Okay. Yeah, like I'll get into when I first saw it. Yeah, I saw the show. It had that ring because I'm, coming out of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles era. Then you hear Mighty Morphin. It kind of has that same like long name kind of thing. And then once I saw it, I was like, whoa, like the suits. And then I saw the robots. I was in love. Absolutely loved it. And then, yeah, same thing. Went to school. Everyone was playing it. And the same thing happened to me. The group that invited me to play, they're like, we're playing Power Rangers and you have to be the pink one. I was like, oh, really? Poor me, right? And like, I remember playing the Pink Ranger like a whole bunch as a kid. Like, it's so funny. Like, and I was like, oh, yeah, you think I could do it? Like, right? Like,
Right.
I totally didn't mind. All the kids didn't like, they like it too for some reason. It's so weird to think about. I even had a Nerf gun that was that bow I'd
Oh,
bring.
that's cool.
Yeah, and I used that as their thing, and like people didn't even question it, which is very strange to me. But yeah, I like thinking that it's kind of plays into that stuff about myself in a weird way. But yeah, I know I did that, and no one really even questioned it. I was kind of flattered at the time, and it was a way to experience that. But yeah, and then same thing, kids were making like the morphers, like out of cardboard, the symbols, like, and yeah, like and then we're beating up kind of like I don't know, unpopular kids or whatever. Like these kids they're gonna be the putties. I remember like we're beating kids up even. Like it was a great time.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, sister played it. But yeah, the show, like, it just hit like a ton of bricks. Same thing as like when I saw Turtles and such for the first time. It was just like an oomph, like all the stuff and the cuts. Even as a kid too, like I could notice, like I contemplated like what's really going on with this show. Like, I didn't know it came. Well, definitely kind of figured out it was Japanese at some point, but I didn't know. Like, I could tell. Like, when they show the Power Rangers in the park and the kids. Like, I've been to film school. This is way before that, but I always had that eye. That's why I got into film stuff. Like, I always had that eye for like. I guess just seeing things like how they didn't match up, I guess, or like I just knew there was something more behind it. Like as a kid, even like kind of, I've always been taken out of shows because of the way my brain works that way, but it's still like interest, but it intrigued me too because I was like, whoa, what's really going on here? And then you learn and learn and learn, right? And the suits, like the big robot suits when they get big in the city, it was always really fun to watch, right?
The thing that always took me out of the show is like when Tommy's vest or whatever, his dragon shield, right?
Yeah, it went from hard to squishy.
Yeah, and it told you could definitely tell there was like a quality change in the shield, right? It was like, what the
continuity,
fuck?
right?
Yeah, so bad.
I know it was so bad. Like the one in the thing looks so good when he's fighting, right? Like the real one, like the hard plastic. But then it was it almost looked like fabric. It was so noticeable. It was just like, what?
Yeah, it had like a bunch of wrinkles on it.
Yeah,
it was so bad.
It was like a fabric. Yeah,
yeah. I remember me and my buddies at around like middle school or whatever, because I think middle school is like when at least middle school for me is when Power Rangers in Space started. And we were talking about like the dragon shield and why it looks so funky and everything. We're making up all these different things, like when he was in a fight that really needed it, like it would become like supercharged and stout and be like a real good shield for him. But when he didn't need it and he needed the power elsewhere, it would kind of drain the power from the shield a little bit and put it towards like his dragon dagger or something. Like we tried to make sense of why that dragon shield went from so cool looking and rigid and hard looking to just a piece of painted aluminum foil draped over him. You know what I mean? It's just like we came up with all this stuff, and then later on we found out, it's filmed in Japan, and then they had to refilm some American stuff over here, and they just cheapened out on the costumes and stuff.
Yeah, the mashup. Some of it was hand-me-down, some of this and that. But yeah, it was very interesting, the whole thing. I've seen Sentai too, but we talked about it too. Like I had 1,000 comics as a kid. I didn't read any of them. I just looked at the pictures. So getting me to rub subtitles on the TV would be like, I'd rather have my teeth pulled out as a kid,
Yeah. Oh, dude. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I'd rather watch anything dubbed over subbed.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nothing against it. I actually love Gurren Lagann. I have watched it just subbed. Like I read it, and it actually, the voice actor, I think, like for me, like it actually almost it did sound better in Japanese. But for me to like enjoy all the visuals and the comprehension, I like to sit back and I like to do other things while I watch the show. I'm not talking about sit on my phone like back in the day. I used to draw or fiddle with stuff or build a model while watching a show, right?
Yeah.
So it was interesting. But yeah, like, yeah, it's so cool. But yeah, I know there's so many things. And like Turbo, I never watched the original movie. Kind of, I didn't really like the original movie too much. Like, you know, because the CG stuff, I was horrified with the CG at the end as a kid because I just love the suits. Same with Godzilla. Like, I love the old suits in Godzilla. So, you know, to me, it was like the miniatures, the costumes was where it's at.
Man, I remember Turbo came out and everybody was so like psyched for it, and then the Blue Ranger went from like a 10-year-old kid to like a 20-year-old adult body, and everybody's like, "This sucks."
I thought that was so whack when I was a kid.
So fucking lame, dude. Just put the kid in the suit, you know, put like a little midget in the suit and let him run around, and you know.
I know, just because the original footage, there was no kid like that, right? The other ones actually had a different kid that went from kid to big. I think the Green or White Ranger, because in the Sentai, Green and White Ranger weren't the same guy, right? So there was a kid or something in one of those, if I'm getting it wrong, sorry. But like there was something going on there. So it's very strange.
Yeah, really weird. Yeah. Really weird.
But yeah, I guess we get into showing a couple things if you'd like, or...
Sure. Yeah. I was just going to end with Power Rangers in Space is my favorite and the best. And
the original toys, actually, when they brought those toys for space back over like to the America or whatever, the way they did it, they actually kept a lot of the die cast for the original space stuff in the American branded stuff. So that's really cool. Because like I said, we fought over, this version, that version. Power Rangers versions should have a bit more plastic. Then they did those new versions at Toys R Us recently where they were like anniversary ones, but the scale is slightly smaller. They have a lot of die casts that are made really well, but I prefer the chunkier, big original toys.
Yeah, I can co-sign with that. Yeah,
there's something about them.
The original molds, I think, would be a better way to say
the original molds are redone with metal all day. I'd want it, but it's just that they shrunk them down and just a tiny bit, but still, I don't like it.
The man, I tell you, dude, when they did those black and gold legacy figures, like for the Megazord and Titanic, dude, those are shrunk. So cool, dude.
They are, but they're shrunk down tiny bit.
Yeah, but they look so cool.
Yeah, man. I know they do. In the metal, they're sick as hell, but it's just the shrunk version. But yeah, they actually have those other ones. I know it's just.
But they look so cool, Danny.
That's what Bart says.
Like
I'm thinking, no. The original, bulky. Plastic. Plastic makes perfect. Look at my face; it's still bruised up.
So what do you show? You go first.
All right,
ladies first. What do you got?
1 second, then. Well, I'll show the figure. I got the box over there. We'll show him. I'll go with him first. I'll make it big for this guy because actually I'm. So yeah. Da-da-da-da. This guy I got for Christmas. This isn't the one I got for Christmas of the Dragon Zord, but or not Dragon Zord. What is it called? Why am I spacing on the name?
I don't remember. Dragon Zord.
Yeah, I know Dragon Zord. It's the whatever.
Red Dragon Zord, Tommy's
Thunder.
Tommy.
Yeah, Thunder, Red Dragon Zord. But yeah, it's cool, man. Thunder Zord. I guess.
Red Thunder Zord. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, sorry, but yeah, it's so cool. I had this as a kid. I never had the pieces that go on it as a kid, right? But I had him as a kid, and he's great, man. The Dragon mode's great. This robot mode is super cool. The toys just feel great, man. They're like bulky. I wish. That's the thing. I have a lot of Power Ranger stuff. Sadly, a lot of it's sealed, but it'd be nice to just have these on the shelf and stuff,
I had all of those, and they sold him separately, and I could never find him to make the Megazord. I was so mad.
Oh, really? Yeah, it sucks. Yeah. I really love him though. He's really cool. Like I said, I got the other guys. Never had them as a kid, sadly, right? But I have the I got the guys that go on them now. But yeah, it's super cool. Like they just did such a great job. Yeah, it's a fun toy, and it actually still cool on the shelf now. You know what I mean? They just have such a different, unique style and look to them.
Yeah.
Box quickly. I'll shrink it down, but yeah, it's they're fun.
Yeah,
quickly, but yeah, they just look cool to me. They're fun on the shelf. The only Power Ranger character I like is Scorpina. Oh yeah.
Scorpina was cool. She looked really badass.
Yeah, she looked pretty cool. So yeah, I don't think I liked the people ever. Like maybe Tommy as a kid too, right? Because when we played Power Rangers, I was like, do I get to kiss you now or after to the kid, right? like, shh, don't tell anyone, but after, like usual. But yeah, but yeah, the box is great. Yeah, Scorpino was cool. I mean, yeah, some of the villains are kind of goofy, like Goldar and all them, but they're I love the villain. It was villain of the week style show too,
Yeah.
right? So villain
Yeah,
of the week. Some of them were really freaky, like Eye Guy made me ill, but I mean he's cool, but made me sick because of the dots. But seeing like Pumpkinhead, like there's so many cool bad guys actually when you think about it.
Yeah, there really were. They're really like just like the Monster of the Week bad guys. There were some really cool designs.
Yeah. You go.
What? All right, so my turn. All right.
I got that weird flow. Your beard is weird, bro.
So this is my childhood Megazord, Dragon, Megazord, whatever you want to call him.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, so I don't know what to say. I mean, it pretty much speaks for itself, right? Like it's the Dragon Megazord. He's all combined up and stuff. He is missing some pieces, or it's missing some pieces. It's a giant robot. It's not, a person, but
yeah, it's cool though. Like I know I have the Dragon guy too separately, but yeah, it's just missing like the sword and.
Well, this one, like he's missing a staff. He's supposed to have like the tail for the Dragon Zord becomes like a staff for the Megazord and all that stuff. It's completely gone. I used to use the Dragon Zord, like the chest of the Dragon Zord, as a morpher for Tommy, like when I played Power Rangers outside or whatever. So that piece is, long gone, probably fallen in the grass or something, and then forgotten about or whatever. And I have no idea where the tail went and everything. This is pretty much what has survived childhood, but
if you're missing stuff, if we ever come across it here, I'll let you know too. I guess I got that biker mice stuff for you. So.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, we got Partzilla, man. Like if you're missing 90s parts, let me know what you're missing. We're living in it. That other one's open. Maybe I'll just show one that's closed. Like I said, it's just too much to open all this right now. But I'll show it. This one I had as a kid too. Absolutely loved the Tiger Zord. I had the guy too, the sword as a kid. But this is pretty cool. I think the box is open, so I can open it quickly. But it doesn't have any stickers on. I know Bert doesn't want me to open it because he thinks it's like my retirement. It's not why we buy toys for retirement. It's we buy toys to enjoy them, right?
Right.
But let's see. This one I can show you a little. Happy New Year. So yeah, there he is in there. But yeah, there's lots. There's lots of little pieces that come with them too, right?
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's minty. Like I had it as a kid, right? Pull them out quickly, but easy to transform. Yeah, white tigers. Like he looks way better with the stickers and all that stuff on him, right? But you get the idea.
Yeah,
he's great, man. I had him as a kid. You can put him with the you can combine him with the guys that combine with the dragon. So that looks cool. Yeah, it's really dope, man. Like it's to find this guy. Like the reason I got it because I come across these all the time. They're yellowed as shit. So buying this one like basically sealed, super cool, and it's white.
Yeah,
they just have this like they're fun, man.
That's a really clean example. Like it's super crisp.
Yeah, like this was sealed. Like the tape was ripped. That's why the guy didn't want it, so he sold it to me, right? But
yeah,
I was like, yeah, I'll take it. And I was like, I'm gonna open it and put stickers on it right away. Of course, no, you're not allowed to open your toy. Yeah, I don't think the others I can get out like this, so I did want to show him. But yeah, super cool. Hey,
yeah,
what's
I remember.
up,
I went to a flea market and I found him. I was 12, 13. And I told the guy, I said, hold on, I gotta go ask, how much is it? And the guy said $15. And I was like, okay, I'll be right back. I need to go get some money. And I ran back to my mom. We had like a little spot up there at the flea market at the time. And then I ran back to the guy. I mean, it was like I literally ran to my mom, asked her, she gave me the money out of her purse, and I ran back and it was sold. And I was
Really?
like, yeah. And I was like, oh man, you gotta be shitting me, dude. Like
Yeah.
my heart sunk, you know.
Yeah, for sure. How much did it cost? That was pricey, man. I think that was like, I can check on eBay what it's going for. But I think it was upwards of $200 for that. But it was basically sealed. It's just the tape pulled up.
Yeah.
And the guy, like when I bought it, he didn't even want me to like open it because there's a tiny bit of tape holding it together. So he sold it as sealed. But yeah, it was perfect condition. Anyways, that Dragon's Order like $100, like that was opened or whatever. But yeah, some of them can be a bit pricey, like a couple of show later. But I mean, yeah.
I mean, I'll say this: the most expensive part of any action figure is the tape.
Yeah, totally.
That's really what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ken, nice, just at work, chilling. Thanks for stopping by, everyone that did. There has, yeah, you got something to show, my boy?
Yeah, I got one more thing to show. A lot of my Power Ranger stuff hasn't survived childhood and all that, and all the moves and stuff. But I still have my original Green Ranger, my Tommy here, and he was two-packed. He was two-packed with the Dragon Zord that was sitting on top of the Megazord just now that you saw.
Yeah.
So, miraculously, out of all the things that he does not have versus what he does have, so he's missing his blaster. This figure didn't come with a dragon dagger. He came with the standard Power Rangers blaster thing.
Yeah.
But he still has his complete dragon shield. Like that to me, because I moved around a lot as a kid and growing up and stuff. It is miraculous to me that I still have the dragon shield on this guy, you know, and the only thing he's missing is that gun. So
yeah, totally.
But yeah, man, this thing blew me away. I remember seeing the 2-pack. We were at Toys R Us, and I saw a 2-pack and of him and the Dragon Zord, and my mind was blown because I was like, "That's the perfect way to sell that." Like, I don't have to hunt down a Green Ranger. I don't have to hunt down a Dragon Zord. Like they're, you know, it's in the same pack. You know,
totally.
I thought that was the coolest thing, man.
That's sick.
So, yeah.
It's cool as hell. Yeah, let's go run through this stuff. Like I said, had some time, but so yeah, I'll just continue the Dragon Zord thing. Yeah, this is sealed. Haven't opened it yet. Got this, and there he is, right?
Yeah, there's him. That's that 2-pack. Yeah.
So yeah, it's really cool, and there's that stuff. You can see the combined mode that Nput was talking about, right? I always wanted that Megazord as a kid, never got it. Mom, I know I'm not trying to complain, but they got me like another one that didn't come apart. It was like the biggest letdown ever. As a child, I know it sounds like so spoiled, but it's just, you know. But I got the Tiger Zord from her that I showed earlier and stuff like that, right? But it was just that Megazord. God, it haunted me as a child. But yeah, now I got the Dino. I'm still missing the Megazord, but I got the Dragon Sword. But yeah, it's sealed. I can't even enjoy it. Life's a bitch, baby. But yeah, I got that. I'll just run through this stuff quickly then. And then, yeah, this is the guys that I'll combine to the red guy.
Yeah, see, I found those everywhere, man. Like that set was everywhere.
You couldn't find just the red dragon, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a cool box. This is actually opened. I can't put those guys on them together. They form that guy. So that is cool. Like I said, I don't even have this stuff ever really displayed well or anything. It's just, you know, it's what it is, you know. Hopefully one day. Or switch stuff out, right?
Yeah.
And then what else? Also got this Galaxy one that's sealed, I think. No, this one's actually open. I could actually take this guy out sometime, but he's in pieces, right?
Oh, that was really cool.
Lions, yeah. So, like I said, I got these like on trade plus, yeah, like at the toy shows. People had these, and they just they ended up like blowing them out at the last day because no one wants to take their stuff home. Now this one I'll grab quickly. Gotta take the thing off for a sec. Now this one is like the prized possession. This one is sealed, which sucks. But yeah, this one was like a fortune. But yeah, I'm not in it for the value, right?
Yeah.
This is the Titanus.
Oh yeah, dude, he was dope.
Yeah, so super good. It's got all the chains because getting this guy loose can be a bitch because it has all these chains, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, this podcast is fun. Instead of making just some video about it, we can just show some stuff off and talk about it. It's not about bragging or you know, people have all this stuff. It's not that important. Just, but yeah, it just sucks. 'Cause, yeah, it's sealed, right? And then you buy it, and you're like, oh, maybe I'll open it, maybe I won't, right? And then
Just cut the tape and throw the box away. You don't need the packaging. You gotta play with them anyway.
Yeah, you're living with the box freak. I am, but yeah, no, I know. But yeah, they're cool, man. Like, you do enjoy them, you know. Like I said, that Galaxy one I can open up, put the pieces on my other guy, but then also just space and wherever, right?
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover. Yeah, they had those like funny like 2000 whatever turtles, right?
Yeah.
2002 or 3, the puppet turtles. Or not puppets, the guys in the suits. It was interesting, yeah.
Yeah, that was another Saban show. Was Next Mutation? Yeah.
Yeah, Next Mutation was Saban as well. Yeah. So,
Venus de Milo. Actually, that's actually I do like her as a character. I know.
Yeah, she's fine. Like, I mean,
every Turtles fan out there now wants to kick me in the crotch, but she was a good character. I enjoyed her.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like the design more because now they, you know, they're not going in that way. Like they're going in like, you know, fat women are cool kind of way. So like, although Turtles now look, women are just horrible, but yeah, back in the day, it was the, you know, it was still the early 2090s. Sup, player? What's up, brah? Yeah, no. So yeah, it's just so much stuff, man. It's so cool. Like you just love it. But you have so much space besides the box is loose, right? Like, you know, I'm already living, like we talked about the stuff that really makes us happy, like the anime stuff for me and a bunch of other stuff. So it's hard to figure out like space and time or where, right? But you can always move stuff out, right? Turbo, I heard, is a good movie, even as that weird kid or whatever. But I heard Turbo's all right for the movie. People do like the Turbo movie.
Turbo's like a 6 out of 10. Like it's okay. It's better than the show. I will say that.
Yeah.
But that's not a high bar, you know. So, but I think what helps the Turbo movie is Jason and Kimberly coming back. And there's a little bit of like, you know, nostalgia pool kind of thing.
Jason, bless his heart, right? But I mean, and Tommy, like, you know, because his name is Jason in real life, right? But God, that was a sad day. But you know, it's just there's so much. But yeah, they changed so much. You just grew out of it. I found it corny too at a time in my life. Like, never hated the suits or the robots or anything, but the people, you know.
Yeah, I kind of
I grew out of it quick.
When Disney bought it is when I kind of jumped off of it because I tried watching I forgot the first Disney season was, but it just didn't hit the same. So I was like, well, if this is what it's going to be like going forward, you know, I'm out. You know,
I think that is the one with the snails. Maybe. I just know that the first movie had what's his name, the purple ooze guy, Ivan Ooze or whatever.
Ivan Ooze, and then Red Hot Chili Peppers in the beginning. Higher Ground. Yeah.
And the ninja suits. And like I said, the suits look kind of cool. The more hardcore suits, like the Power Rangers, look all right. But it's just, CG, like that sword with the freaking frog and all that. I just never was a fan.
Oh, man. I'll tell you, dude, when we watched that movie in theaters, me and my mom, when it came out, and Red Hot Chili Peppers playing in that movie was like, like to me, I was like, let's go. This is the dopest thing ever. Power Rangers getting licensed music, you know? Like that's so wicked. And then the suits and stuff in the movie. I remember I was so excited to see what the toys would be for the movie, like what they would look like and everything. I was so disappointed that they were just like shiny versions of the original toys.
I know. Those toys are so weird, like the shinies.
Yeah. I was like, this is lame. I don't want none of these, man.
No, the Zord was like better, like because the toy looked better than the stupid show, right? But
right.
Fleet just came up with a jazz album, I believe. Really, Fleet.
He's the bassist for Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, yeah, I know. I never liked that band, but I mean, I hate everything. But I mean, yeah, just you know, select things I like. But I mean, yeah, like it was such a different time. But like I said, I grew out of it quickly. Like I always have nostalgia. Like I'm not even one of these people that are like so insane for like of course, like Mighty Morphin, like most nostalgic, and like I didn't really follow the rest, but some of the stuff I see in the other stuff, like the Zords, I like more. Like that train one's cool. There's tons of other Zords I like the one I don't have with the gold like lion on his chest, like Zeo was good.
Zeo was cool.
Watch a bit of Zeo, like the Zeo Zord and all that. Like that stuff I actually liked, the triangles, circles, all that, right?
Yeah. And that theme song was
cool. Zeo was hard
too.
as hell. Yeah, I like Zeo. I remember being like, oh, I wish I was like more into this at the time, but we had a lot going on, and then other things come out so quickly back then, like, or just more like you're just more into it at the time. Like it was hard to go for, like, once Dragon Ball Z hit, like I just thought like that was an adult show,
See, and I think the problem is like especially when we were younger, we were going through different like phases of school, and so for me down here, when I was like at my highest peak of Power Ranger fandom, I guess you could say. Like that was like, kindergarten, right? And like first grade, second grade, stuff like that. But like, you got out at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
What's up, player?
Yeah,
totally. Yeah.
And then so like you were home by 3 and you were able to watch reruns and you're able to do this. But like then when you get into, we had a thing down here called intermediate school, and it was between elementary and middle school. And which that whole idea doesn't exist anymore. But anyway,
I've heard of it, but we had elementary, middle school, then high school.
Well, we got out at, instead of 2 o'clock, we got out at 3 o'clock, and then like middle school, we got out at 4 o'clock. So my point is saying all that is like shows back then started at like 2 o'clock, like about 3 o'clock or so, give or take, for like kids for the afternoon and stuff, right? So. Like when you're in school till 4 and you're missing the reruns and you're missing like newer episodes that aired like a syndication and stuff, you tend to kind of grow out of that because you're not watching it, you're not around it, you're not, interacting with it anymore, right? So you tend to gravitate towards things that are on your TV at 4 o'clock, like Dragon Ball. Like that was the best time slot to be in after school at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before. Yeah, I got home at like 3 something, and then like I saw everything. I would have punched my family out at the time if I wasn't able to watch something. I would have been ballistic. They taped a lot of stuff for me too, but yeah, same. Like Dragon Ball Z at 4:30 on my TV. That's a Canadian thing. Like I would have lost my mind if I didn't see that. But that's understandable, especially like elementary school. My house was right across the street, like directly across the street. So as soon as school was done, I walked 10 feet and I was at home, right?
Right.
My mom's in the chat. I'm saying I'm gonna punch my family. I love you, mom. No, you know what I mean. You know how much I lost it. And like I had to go to karate class sometimes when Pokemon was on. It was a nightmare for my mother. God bless her.
Oh, dude, I remember I was trying to convince my mom because Mighty Max was on, I think at like 3 o'clock. That was like the first show that started or something. But I was trying to convince my mom not to let me go to middle school, that I wanted to stay in like intermediate school so I could watch Mighty Max every day.
Oh yeah, my mom, like, she let me stay home to beat Mario, like Super Mario Brothers, the first one in Nintendo. Like I got it later in life, like I was like 7 or something, right? But yeah, my uncle, like she just let us stay home, like, and like we got to play Mario till we beat it. So like,
nice.
2 months of school gone, but it was elementary school, right? But it was fun, man. She did a lot of good. It's just like, yeah, like I said, like Pokemon. It was that thing that Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z, they go back to the beginning if you missed it, so you probably see it. But Pokemon at the time, like I'm not even a Pokemon person now, but Pokemon at the time, it was like if you missed that episode, like if you didn't tape it, it was tough, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially
my dad at the time, he was taping all his shows, and if that thing got messed up, like he'd lose it too. My mom was under so much stress with all these machines taping, and it's just like unbelievable to think about. You know what I mean?
See, man, I didn't record anything as a kid. I didn't do any of that. Like I was home at 4 o'clock. I was home at like whatever it would be to watch what I wanted to watch. Like my mom, we would go out to eat, and I'd be like, okay, we got to be back by 4 for Dragon Ball. We got to be back by like 3 o'clock for Pokemon. We got to be back, and then Saturday, man, Saturday got real bad because like when I was in high school and Yu-Gi-Oh came out, I was like, sophomore in high school or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, at that 10 o'clock on, was it 4Kids, UPN 20, whatever, at 10 a.m., you weren't getting me out of the house before 10:30. Because I was like, I'm watching Yu-Gi-Oh! I have to see what's going to happen, all this stuff. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
had to watch my shows growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, my mom, I forced my mom to kind of center her time, like whatever she wanted to schedule, like around that, right? Like we wanted to go see a movie. How long's the movie, Mom? It's 2 hours. Well, it starts at 2. We got to be back by 3, for whatever. We can't go,
Oh yeah.
and
Same.
we can go to a later showing or something.
Yeah, I know. We pressure my mom too. Like my mom did so much. She'd go like everyone had their show on at a different time in our house. My dad was watching like sports. My sister was watching her girl show. I was watching like Dragon Ball or whatever, right? And then she'd ask like, "What do you guys want for dinner?" I'm gonna pick up like fast food. She would go to 3 different places. Because my sister would want a chicken burger from Burger King. My dad would want Arby's, and I would want like McDonald's or something for the toy. And like she would go to all 3.
Dude, that's badass, man. Your mom's a fucking legend, dude.
I know. Who would do that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh
Yeah.
my God. And like, just grab the meal and it's cold, Mom. Just eat it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
I should have got yours last.
Yeah, I should have got yours last. Yeah, I know. Even now, my mom brings me a coffee. Like, it's cold. She's like, Mike it. But yeah, it's like, it's just so funny. But yeah, like our town was so small. Like, it was under like, it was like not that many people. Half the people are here. You could get to everywhere in 15 minutes. I know it's still insane to do, but now you'd be dead doing that because the traffic is so insane. But like, you could, like, out of the blessing of her heart, she did that all right. But that's a lot, man. And then we'd be all shut. At least she'd have quiet for a bit after that, right? We'd all be eating and happy with our shows. But it's just like, yeah, mother of the century there for that. But yeah, it's just just that time, man. You're just so happy to get your meal, watch your show, play with your figure, just enjoy.
Yeah, just kill like half an hour or an hour, dude. Like, what? I mean, kind of off topic. Like, was there ever a show that you guys have for family? Like the whole family would gather and watch?
Just wrestling, like the Attitude Era, like like the Mick Foley, like Cactus Jack, Undertaker, like those pay-per-views. We had to buy the pay-per-view, the whole family get together. We'd have people like because a lot of people didn't buy it back then too. Like we'd have like some of the neighborhood kids and their mount, like some of the family come in. Like that's when our family got together because I wasn't into sports back then. And then every other show, the family wasn't watching cartoons and Jen was watching like girl stuff. So yeah, wrestling was the one that brought us all together, right? Like, and we'd all be wrestling after and stuff. Like at a pool, like people would get thrown in on floaties, like everyone taking part. Like it was a really good bonding experience back then. You forget about it, right? And it was the Attitude Era, man. Everyone was like, we were drinking Coca-Colas, everyone else, adults are having some beers or having food or like, we're just having a good time. It was flashy violence, like heightened sexual. It was just like a fun show to watch, right?
Yeah.
What about you guys? What brought you guys together like that?
So the show that brought us together was America's Most Wanted.
Oh yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah, like wrestling was my thing. Like I loved the Attitude Era, but like for a lot of that stuff, like it just didn't bring like the whole family together.
Yeah, it's weird that it did, but we're just redneck.
But America's Most Wanted, boy, when you heard that theme song start up, my Aunt Barbara would be like, "Hey, shut up, everybody sit down, shut up, sit down, stop eating so loud, motherfucker, like sit down,"
I know the show is great, John Wall. Yeah, and then John, and then like the the reenactments, the pictures of you've seen this guy or whatever. Like, it was just like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, Power Rangers. It did stop recently. I think I know they're bringing out paths. They're bringing out the line it went to, some more figures and such. But I mean, I think they are. I heard it is restarting. But yeah, Saban sold it to whoever, and then
Saban sold it all to So Hasbro bought the rights to the toys from Saban from Bandai. Right before
that was the best, the Bandai toys. Yeah.
Right, and then like a day or week or whatever it was later, they bought the rest of the rights to do shows and stuff. And then now they sold it to Playmates, as the toy rights or whatever. So Playmates are making the toys, but as far as like the reboot,
Yeah,
I don't
I
I
have it
don't
here. It
know.
says Disney film set to begin in London, January 2026, produced by Hasbro Entertainment, 20th Television. So
Okay,
yeah,
so it's
a
still happening.
reboot. Yeah, it's a Power Rangers Live reboot series. So it's like the original Sentai show. Like finally that ended too a long time ago, right? Didn't it?
Yeah.
And then yeah, I can't remember when Sentai
Because they're
ended, but
not
yeah,
because they're not getting footage from Sentai
no,
or whatever anymore from
no,
Japan or
yeah,
whatever.
and this
So
actually ended too. Yeah.
yeah. So um I mean calling it a reboot is kind of dumb
Mhm.
because every season's rebooted,
I know.
right? So calling it, something I don't know. But I will say I Disney doing the filming. It's a weird time, man. It's a weird time to see all this stuff
Oh
the
wow,
way it
this just
is.
ended actually recently. Yeah, it's a Super Sentai series officially concluded its weekly show run February 8th, 2026, after 50 years, 2,457 episodes. Final episode, Go You Guys or something, I can't say, ended 50-year era, began in 1975.
That's freaking crazy, dude, for that show
Mhm,
to end after so long.
mhm.
It's crazy because when you think about how many, first of all, how big Sentai was in Japan, how big giant robots are in Japan, and then you think about like how many lives of children that show connected with
Yeah,
and touched
unbelievable.
on like on a deep level with these characters and stuff. Um, it's crazy to think about that show's gone.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
really
50
is.
years. Like that's why I was thinking about this too. Like when I said I think it just ended because I remember I heard last year that it was finally ending, and then yeah, I just didn't realize it was in February. But yeah, that's crazy. It was such a long run. Like a great show. Very, like they always have so much
50
imagination
years.
going into that. Yeah, it's like 50 years, man. Monsters of the Week stuff, like robots, interchangeable, like plays on the giant robot shit, that combination robot stuff. It's just there's so many details to it, especially the original show as well. Like it's just so many inventions, the weapons when they fight each other, when they put all the weapons combined, like there's just so many levels to it, the animals, the morphers, the
Yeah.
change, the secrecy, and yeah, it's just wow.
Yeah. It's
Would you still buy more? Like if you could, like if you see it or comes into where you work, or like would you still pick up with something for a good price, or
um
you just
if
kind of
something
done?
if something catches my eye, I with Power Rangers, I do tend to kind of look at it and fiddle with it and stuff, especially when it comes into the store and everything.
Mm-hmm.
We recently got uh gosh, man, I think it was something like 50 sealed pieces of Power Ranger figures and everything.
Jesus Christ.
Um and there was like 150 pieces in like 2 loose tubs, like those giant like 5-gallon tubs you get from like Home Depot or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um and some of the stuff, like if something comes into the store sealed, if it's for the most part, I'm just gonna price it and put it out. I don't really
Yeah.
want it because it's sealed, right? Like, I'm an open collector. I want to display my stuff. I want to, play around with it and just, put it on whatever. I don't necessarily care if it's sealed or not. So, but some of the Power Ranger stuff we did get, I wouldn't mind having loose, but we
Mm-hmm.
got some of the. But I guess what I'm trying to say is like the ones that I would want, we got sealed, and then the ones that are loose, I don't want. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I'll say this: as far as like my drive, I guess to collect or whatever, I have that a lot of that drive went away when I sold a good majority of everything.
Yeah.
Um, so now, and I think the other reason, the other part of that drive loss is because since I work at a toy store, I don't, for me getting to experience what a figure can do in terms of posing or transformation or puzzles or whatever, if I can get to experience it, then for the most part, I've realized that I'm happy with it, with just being able to experience it. Right. So, then I don't really have the urge to buy it or whatever. So, or want it or whatever. So
Totally.
that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, and like I said, not to talk about it now or another time if you ever want to, but it's just like to go from like, yeah, having all that stuff and then like, what, you're going to get it all again. Like, it's just, yeah, like daunting. But I mean, it's a good way not to be so compulsive with buying in a way. It really opened people's eyes when you do stuff like that, right? But it's huge, right? But yeah, to getting everything back, just to like start from scratch, then you got a house full of shit again. It's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So,
well, see, and that's the other part too, is like after I sold everything, it was like, where do I, if I was to begin on like that level again, where do I begin at, because a lot of that stuff, so much of that stuff was collected over time. It wasn't collected over like 3 or 4 years. It was collected over, 25 years or whatever,
Yeah, half a lifetime. I know, because you weren't the person, like you weren't me and you, we were collecting way before COVID. We never got into it then. We were collecting like, like I said, I always collected. I just had times in my life where it didn't collect as much and wasn't as compulsive, but I've always collected no matter what. It doesn't matter if it was caps, pogs, cards, anything, Transformers always and stuff. But yeah, I know that's what you mean. So it's like, it wasn't just now even if you had a bunch of money, you're not the one just like, if you just came to like, thousands of dollars tomorrow, you're not going to buy everything back tomorrow or whatever. Same with me. If I got tons of money, I know right now, like I would not go and buy a whole bunch of stuff. I try to take it slow and stuff. But yeah, what are you going to do? Like, it's just it's hard to explain, right? Because you like when you get stuff over time, it means more, and it's just to just go out and buy a bunch of stuff, no matter what circumstance. You know what I mean? Just kind of takes it away, I'd say, right?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
It's crazy, but yeah, I played the Power Ranger games. Like I said, most of the Power Ranger games I've never liked, because you're like the people. Like the N64 one was garbage, like the 3D one from above view, and some of the fighting ones, like the verses, were okay. It's just not that in depth, and I just never really enjoyed Power Ranger game. There's probably better ones now, or was, but yeah, like there's the beat 'em up one that was okay, but just never really fully did it for me.
I loved the games. I had the Sega CD game, and then I had the Genesis game, and then I loved both of those because the Genesis one was based off the movie, and then it wasn't until like years later that when I was in high school, I played the Super Nintendo one, which was like a side scroller platformer kind of thing. And I really enjoyed that one too.
Totally.
But yeah, I lost interest in licensed gaming. I don't remember what game it was, but
yeah,
I was like, man, this sucks, dude. Like, I don't know what happened to video games. Like, because the Batman game on NES was fucking fantastic, like, but then when you got into like the N64 era, it was like licensed games you had to stay away from, So
yeah.
So I didn't play a lot of the PlayStation ones, like with Lightspeed and all that stuff. So
totally. Yeah, Ken says, "Oh, sorry, what were you saying?"
I was just gonna say those first 3 were my only experience.
Oh yeah. It's like I said, they're okay. It's just nothing right home book for me. But Ken says too, like, yeah, I know what you mean. Like, it's just the problem with like expanding to too many things, right? Like, that's why I cut back on a lot, like Black Series. No, like like I said, Power Ranger, this stuff is expensive. So if I can buy it, and I got lots of storage now, I can store like that. I don't mind storing vintage. I don't want to store new. I want to display new. But with Transformers and then like the anime stuff, but everything anime that I buy like that, I display, so I enjoy it. But like I know it's just you have to stay in your zone, and you get bored if you just collect one thing too. I notice, and that can cause, because I've tried to. I'm just gonna get vintage Transformers. And then you kind of like, as soon as you break that, I noticed I'd buy a bunch of other stuff. I started buying Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe, like constantly, Marvel Legends, Turtles, right? And it's just because like I collected one thing so long that everything looks appealing after a while. And then you're buying all this stuff all over. And then I realized too, it's like, okay, I can't stick just to one thing, right? Because I like to collect other things, but it's just, you have to, like, if as long as you have like a branch of stuff, like I said, and like mine kind of go together now, right? It's either kind of big robots, yeah, even third party I don't buy as much anymore. I got rid of that. And yeah, it's just like I said, the anime, Transformers, some classified stuff still, but I'm storing that. But like, the other vintage things, vintage turtles I'll buy, because it's like some of them are gone up in price, so it's easy just to get a couple things. Like the thing I like about vintage, prices go up and down, but you can pick and choose when you want to buy it, right? Like you can buy it, you don't have to worry about this pre-order, it's a new like I do that with some of the anime stuff, and that's it. Because the rest I just kind of, I can go back and buy it. Like I see it at a show and it goes into a collection that's like, I still can display or actually enjoy, right? But it's just when you're buying all the new stuff that comes out repeatedly, and you're buying every Hasbro release, repaint, and third party, it's overwhelming. Even if you can afford it or can't, it's just like, it's just insane.
Well, I find doing that now is like it gets to a point where like you can't enjoy
anything.
Yeah, it's really difficult to enjoy that one item that you bought, because you've got, your next shipment gets delivered tomorrow, and then the one after that, and all this stuff. So you don't really get to spend time with any of these, and experience them and pose them up, and really kind of see what they're all about and everything. And I know a lot of people are like, yeah, but who cares? We just put them on a shelf, and who gives a shit? But like,
yeah.
But that's part of the appeal for me is like, I've got a lot of Masterverse, but I've got like 5 on a shelf, and they're fighting each other, like a diorama type of thing,
I know. And you're one of the people that actually, like, when you get a new figure, I said, no one enjoys it. I used to say that, like, no one enjoys it more than Nput. Like, you know what I mean? You'd show people I know in real life, because it was like, you'd have it like all posed out all the time, all these pictures, and maybe like a short on it or something. But you got the most out of it, the most posing, the most like you just enjoy what you bought, right? Which it should be. Like some of those figures I like to enjoy, but some of them, like, the expensive anime girl, like you could break their arms. Like it's cool to pose them a bit and enjoy them and put them up. But yeah, it's like I said, and especially that you're paying $100 for a figure, you usually do enjoy it for what it is. But when you're buying just like 14 like 4 classifieds, 4, it's just like, even if you do enjoy them, great. But like I said, it's just when it's so much coming in, right?
Right. It gets overwhelming.
It totally does. Yeah. But yeah, that's great. Yeah. Next week, any plans? Not sure yet, but probably dive more into
dive more into our vintage, I guess, stuff, or yeah, that'll work. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We all
topic or do it, whatever. Yeah, it's easy, but it's easier for us. But yeah, and we'll show some more stuff off, because that's what this is about. We're just talking about the reason why we love to collect and enjoy this hobby, not so, just the stuff we enjoy the most, and it brings us joy to still collect today, right? Even if it's slow or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, thank you everyone for chat. Quentin, Mom, Ken, E-Man, TF, Brian, TF fan page. Yeah, we had some haters, which is cool. People, the show's getting out there. Quentin, of course, and yeah, it was a fun day.
Got some haters. Who's hating?
I don't know. Someone was saying weird stuff, but whatever.
Oh,
it's cool. I like it.
I like it. Thanks for the interaction, folks.
yeah. I like it. I love it. We have more stuff, more toys, more tack. Yeah, I got some other streams coming up too, so stay tuned.
Bye.
Anyways, yeah. See ya, and stay safe, and I'll see you later.
Yeah, we ran it back again. Danni Nput, yeah, you tapped in. From the shelf to the screen, that's the life we live. Collecting chaos, yeah, you know what it is. Talk that tall, let the minutes slide. One more attention before we say goodbye. Same time, same vibe, yeah, we'll be right here. More heat, more figs, yeah, the next one near. Danni Nput, yeah, you know the name. Toy talk chaos, yeah, we run the game. Hit replay, let it spin again. Yeah, we right back in the mix again.